We are live again tonight. Um, I just want to check over here really quickly, as always, because my internet be acting crazy. I think it's because I'm by the window. I feel like, which, let's see. Okay. So far, so good. um, I think. So, as the title of this video, of this live tonight, we're going to be talking about my kids' favorite TV shows. So, in my last live that I did a few weeks ago, I talked about my kids' favorite movies. I was gonna try to do it together, but that live went really, really long, so I didn't want to, start adding my TV shows because I do have a kind of lengthy list here. Not as long as the movies because we are really movie people, so we love to just sit down and watch movies together as a family. And the TV shows are mostly for them, and they'll watch them, but some of them I don't really like, so. And I would say the TV list is a little bit shorter than the movies because I feel like they don't really watch TV shows as much. So yes, so tonight we're going to talk about the TV shows that they do like. And then if you are watching this channel, maybe share with me what TV shows you watched growing up as a child, what shows you really liked. And I'll share some of mine too. And then we can all share what our favorite TV shows are. So today, earlier today, I did a community post asking what your favorite movie genre was. So I just wanted to get to know you guys a little bit better to see what your favorite genre was. I think mine is comedy. And I used to, when I was younger, like romantic movies a lot. Those were probably my favorite, like the romantic comedies. If I could find one of those, that was the best. But now I kind of like action a little bit, almost as much as I like comedy. So you change, as you get older and things like that. So I'm going to start off with this list. And as I said in the last live that I did, I wrote this list almost 2 years ago. So I'm looking over it a little bit now. And a couple of things have definitely changed. Or things like they don't really watch that much anymore. But I'll go over them anyway. And then, of course, like I said, you can put in the chat box over here what your favorite TV shows are or were growing up as well. So the first one on this list is Sister Sister. Oh, so just as a backstory, I try to make sure that a lot of the things that the kids watch are was like diversified, and I really do try to make sure that they see a lot of like black TV shows and things like that. So a lot of these things will be like black people and things like that. So yeah, Sister Sisters on this list. And when they put it on Netflix, I think we watched it on Netflix. I was so excited because me and my sister, we grew up on this show. We absolutely adore Tia and Tamara. And I just had to share this show with my kids. Now, all of them liked it. Say liked it, especially, the most because she's a girl. But the boys did like it too. And so that's definitely one of their, or all of our favorite show is Sister Sister. And we watched like the whole series, and they really did enjoy that. And one thing I really do like about Sister Sister too was it's really clean. It's a really good clean family show, so you don't have to really worry about cursing and things like that. So it's a safe show for you to watch with your kids. The next one that the kids really really liked is Green Eggs and Ham. Now, actually, my sister Tiana is the one who put me onto this show because for those who don't know, oh, and shout out to her before I go any further, she does also have a YouTube channel. So, if you're subscribed to me and you're not subscribed to her, definitely check out her channel. Her channel name is Tiana Hicks, and she always shouts me out in her lives, and I be forgetting to shout her out in my lives and my videos as well. But again, her name is Tiana Hicks. She's featured on this channel, so if you don't know how to spell it, you can just go to my featured tab. And she also, I don't know if she's in the description box. I have to check and see. But yes, that is her channel name, and she is an elementary school teacher. She's also a licensed cosmetologist, and her channel is mostly about like her locks, sewing, singing, and just a whole bunch of cool things that interest her. So check her out. But like I said, she is a teacher. So she, you know, has different programs and things that she does with her kids. And whenever she finds something that's really cool or that she thinks that I might like for me and my kids, she sends it right to me. So this was one of the shows, and I was a big fan of Green Eggs and Ham, like the story growing up. Again, I really love eggs, and I remember in school when we would do like the Green Eggs and Ham day, where the you know, the teachers or whoever would make the ham and the green eggs, you know, just put the food dye on there, and we had the green eggs, and I just always loved that. So I always loved the book, I always loved the story, and so when they came out with the show on Netflix, I think it is, I was all over it. Now, I really liked the first season. I have not completely watched the second season, so for those of you who may have seen the first season, the second season is out on Netflix. But the kids really liked it. Like, it was more, like the first season was more, I would say, like, it was a, oh, how do you describe it? It was really like upbeat, really fun, kind of like twists and turns and things like that, and a lot of play on words, of course, with Dr. Seuss. The second one though is a little bit more somber, and it's like a mystery. So the whole entire thing is a mystery, but they do pull on your heartstrings for the second season. And so I thought it was a little bit darker than the first one, but it's still just as good. And I think my kids really like that one. They might even like that one more than the first season. So anyway, it's a great show. It's on Netflix. You know, if you have a Netflix subscription, you can watch that on there. Making sure it's good over here. Okay, we're good over here. So Green Eggs and Ham, yes, they love that show. And again, it's a very family friendly show, so you don't have to worry about anything crazy with that show. The next one that the kids really enjoyed was Mixed-ish. So I watched Blackish, and Mixed-ish is a spin-off from that show. So it shows Bo's family, Bo as a child and her parents who are mixed. So she has a white dad, a black mom, and her siblings. And I really like the show. It's a little bit of older, like the characters are like teenagers. Bo is a teenager and she's the oldest. So it's a little bit older, but it's still a clean show. And it dealt with like a lot of different things. Like they were, I don't know if it's based in the 60s or 70s, but talked a little bit about like how, you know, black people were coming out of segregation and things like that, and just all of the things. So if you were raised in the 80s or grew up in the 80s, you could probably relate a lot to the things on the show, because they have a lot of like the fashion that they wore, that big hair and everything like that. Like, I was born in the 90s. I was born in 1990, but I would have loved to be a teenager in the 80s. So if that's the kind of thing that you like the nostalgia and all that, it's a really good show. I really like the show because you get to see Bo's background story if you like Blackish. So it's a really good show, but it only had one season. And so that was a little upsetting, because I think it was like maybe 6 episodes, maybe 9 at the most, in just one season. So I did really like it, but it was really short. And as far as I know, there's not another season. And I think it was on Hulu, if I'm not mistaken. And the kids really did like that show. So the next one I'm going to mention on this list, like I said, some of these I don't like, and this is one of them, and this is CoComelon. Now, if you are a parent of a young child, I'm sure you've heard of CoComelon. I'm sure you know all the songs. You probably replay the songs in your head throughout the day if your children watch it. My kids really like it, but they liked it, I guess I should say. But it got to the point where I couldn't hear another song of CoComelon, and so I kind of banned it. I kind of banned it for them because it just was so annoying. Like, I mean, I would put it on to like clean up or whatever if they're watching it and I don't have to hear it, that's okay. But it just got to the point where it was just like my mind was just playing these songs over and over, and all the songs sound the same, and JJ always hurting his finger, and the dad needs some help, and it's just it's just too much. So they really like CoComelon, but I'm not a fan of it. So they haven't asked for it, and I haven't offered it. But CoComelon you can find anywhere. You can find on YouTube. You can find it on Netflix. I think we were watching it there. It might even be on Hulu. But yeah, that's one of their favorites. I don't know how to discover CoComelon. I don't know. I don't know how to discover it, but it grates on my nerves. So it's something that they like, but I don't let them listen to it often. They don't really ask for it that much anymore, but it still is one of their favorites. The next one is Motown Magic. Now that was on Netflix, I think. And that's a really cool show because it kind of talks to like about the music from like Motown era. I don't know what that is, 70s maybe, something like that. But it's really cool because it's animated, and then it's all, you know, like little black children and things like that. So again, representation, so they see themselves on the TV and the media that they do watch when I do let them watch something. And I'm not saying all the time it's always black people that they're watching, but I try to make sure that they see black people on TV as often as they can. So they like that show. And again, I think that's one of those shows that kind of either didn't have like a lot of episodes or didn't have another season. So it kind of was, you know, they watched what was on Netflix and that was it. But for the most part, they did really like that show. Next one, Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. Now, they love this show. I love this show. I discovered this show kind of on accident. I want to say when I was pregnant with Kenzo. And I really love the show because, you know, if you grew up in the 90s era, I think, you know, what is that show called? It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. What's the name of the show, though? What's it called? I can't remember what it's called. But you know that guy who sings It's a Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood and he ties the shoe and all that. That was one of my favorite shows. So Daniel Tiger Neighborhood is that show, but the characters are all tigers. So it's really, really, really cool. I love this show because I feel like it was a good kids show. It's animated and it's so colorful. That's one of the things that I really, really, really liked about that show is it's really colorful. And Daniel, he's a big brother. And the mom has a baby, so they show that on the show, which is really cool because my kids were experiencing that when we discovered the show, you know, me being pregnant. So it's a lot of things that were relevant in that show for like little kids, and they talk about, you know, how to control your anger, how to control your feelings when you're mad or when you're sad and things like that. I really, really like that show. That show, as far as I know, it's not on any of the streaming apps that we have. And we watched it on TV. Fox, I want to say. I feel like it was Fox. But I really like that show. We do have regular TV, but for the most part, when we do watch something, we use the like app. So Hulu, Netflix, Disney Plus. We also have HBO Max and Amazon Prime. I think that's all the ones. And whatever, you know, ones that come with your TV. So that's usually what we watch just because we like to pick what we're gonna watch. Like I feel like the days are gone where you just sit down and you flip through all the channels and you see what's on. We don't got the time for that. We want to watch something specific and we put that on. So that's usually what we do. So yes, I really do like that show though. So I'm not sure exactly what channel it's on or if it's on any other apps. I can look and see. But they love that show also as well, and I love that show just because I feel like it's really well done. Like the writing is really well done. They even have like disabled people on there, so they do a lot on that show. It's great. Out of all of these on this list, I would say that's probably my favorite one. The next one is The Big Show. So you probably haven't heard of this one, and this is kind of a random one. Like out of all of these, it's kind of it doesn't fit in, but I really did like this show. So this one was also on Netflix, and it's about a wrestler, and he's raising three girls. Now I can't remember all of it because when we did watch it, it was like a year or so ago. I can't remember the whole entire storyline, but I really like the show because the dad, I guess he's a famous wrestler. If you're into wrestling, you probably know who the Big Show is, but it's like showing his life as a dad now that he's retired from professional wrestling, and he's just this really big guy with three daughters, and it's so sweet to see him because, you know, he's really kind and compassionate and understanding with his daughters, and it's just really cute because you would never expect that from this big guy. And then of course his wife is like this really, really small woman, and it's just a really cute show. Now the girls ages, I think it's three girls, is from like I want to say 14, 15 down to like 7, and then there's a child in between who's maybe 11 or 12 or 13. So it's a pretty good range in the TV show, and I did really like it. Now this is not a show where it's all black people. This is actually, you know, Caucasian people, but really, me and the kids really did like this show. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, there was only one season on Netflix, and I was sad when it went off because it was just a feel good show. It's just a show that you sit down, you laugh, you feel really good after you watch it, and it's like I said again, it's clean, so it's no crazy cursing and all that stuff in this show. So you could feel safe and comfortable watching it with your children. But as far as I know, at least the last time I looked, there wasn't a second season. And that's what kind of sucks with a lot of these shows on here. Like, they'll have just one season and then that's it. Except for the ones that are like older shows that they're putting back on, like Netflix or something. Like Sister Sister, or yeah, so far out of all of them, it's just Sister Sister, where it had like a whole set of seasons because the show, you know, currently isn't on air anymore. But some of these other shows are new shows, so it's just one season. So it's like after you watch it, you either have to wait for the next season, or some of them didn't get renewed, and so there is no other season. So that kind of sucks. The next one on here is Family Reunion. So again, like I said, I'm a big Tia and Tamera fan, and this show, Family Reunion, is Tia's show. So it's her show. Was her, you know, playing as a mom of three or four children. And she's married to, I think he used to be like a professional football player, if I'm not mistaken. And they moved back home with his mom and dad. So it's a really cool show because it shows, you know, like the relationship between the grandparents and their marriage and their children moving to a new city. I think they lived maybe like in like LA or something. Like they lived the high life, the fast life or whatever. And then they moved down south. So the whole entire family has to adjust to that. And it's a really cool and cute show. Who else is on there? Loretta Devine, is that her name? I think she's the one who plays the mom. And this show, this is also on Netflix, and it does have like a lot of seasons, this one. And actually, we haven't finished it. Like, we watched it, and then we kind of stopped watching it, and not for any particular reason. We just never finished it. So again, I really do like this show, and this is one of them that has more seasons than one. So if you want to like binge watch this show, you can watch that one, and it's really cool. The children's ages are, the oldest is like a teenager in high school, and then the youngest is maybe like 6, I want to say. Yeah, it's 4 children because it's 2 girls and 2 boys. And it's a really cool show. It's really upbeat, really lively show. The next one is, well, I don't know if I want to mention that one. The next one I do have written down is Kenan, and I wouldn't say so much that's a kids show. It definitely is a family show, but it's more from Kenan's perspective, and he is so Kenan from Kenan and Kel. For anyone out there who was raised in the 80s, I know you know about the show All That. So him as a widower, so his wife died, and now it's showing his life raising his 2 girls, you know, by himself. And he is a TV, like a TV anchor, something like that. Like a TV, you know, those people that have the TV shows in the morning. So like on the news, that's what he does. And then it shows his wife's dad help him raise the girls, and his brother. So it's a really cute show showing, like, you know, the dad's perspective of things. So that's what I like about it, is that it's different. And the little girls on there are so adorable. So it's just really basically about him learning how to parent and all of that stuff, you know, kind of solo without his wife. But he does have extra help and support. And so it's a cute show. And again, like I said, only one season. Now, this one is on Hulu, I think. But I'm not sure if it got picked up for the second season. So it is cute, but what I say is really like children friendly. Like, my kids did watch it with me, and the stuff that was inappropriate went over their head. But it's not as kid friendly as everything else that I mentioned. So if you don't want your children watching kind of a little bit of more grown-up stuff, then maybe not that show. That's why I wasn't sure if I wanted to mention it. But my kids did like it, you know, watching the little girls, I guess. The next one is PJ Masks. Now, this show is new for them. And I'm not sure how they discovered this show. This might have been one of those where they were like at my mom's house and somebody put it on and they instantly loved it. So they love PJ Masks. I'm trying to think where they watch it though. Disney Plus maybe. Of course, I think almost all of these shows you can watch on YouTube. But Yeah, they love PJ Masks. Now, I haven't actually sat down to watch PJ Masks, but I think the premise of the show is it's little kids who become superheroes at nighttime. So I guess that's kind of cool. Um, and I don't know. I've gotten a couple books. I'm not so sure if I like it or don't like it. I honestly don't know because I haven't watched it with them. But they love PJ Masks, especially Kenzo. Like that's his new favorite thing right now. So that's his favorite show. All the kids love that show, and I will say it's really colorful. It's really colorful. And I don't know what grade these children are. They're young though. They're not like teenagers or anything like that. They're young little kids. So I think that's kind of funny that little kids are the ones who are saving the day at nighttime. I think their slogan is nighttime because bedtime is the best time to fight crime. And like I said, I'm not so sure if I like that or not. I don't know if I want my kids to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna fight crime now that mommy put us to sleep. So I don't know. But the kids really do like it, and it's really colorful. I will say that. So that's all. I think that's all actually for the TV shows. Let me just go through this one more time. Yes, that's it for the TV shows. I'm trying to think if Kenzie saving the night while we sleep. Oh, yep, that's him. Yeah. See, that's why I'm a little nervous about that show because it might encourage them to think they can fight crime and at nighttime. But I don't know. They like it. They really like it. And actually for Kenzo's birthday, I'm going to buy him that book because I think we got it from the library. He really liked it, and that's on my list to get him for his birthday. I know there's one other show that I'm missing that I didn't write down that's their like current oh, how could I forget? Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Oh my gosh. This is their show. It's so crazy. When I put this show on, they all stand in front of the TV and they put their arms behind their back and they do the little running. It is just insane. They love Spidey and His Amazing Friends. Of course, Matthias is a diehard Spider-Man fan. He loves anything Marvel, but Spider-Man is his favorite, and then Spider-Man Kids is like mind-blowing for him. So this show is on Disney Plus, the whole first season. The second season is not on Disney Plus yet, but I know there is one. I was wondering how he know how to jump in. Yeah, cause they watch these shows where these kids just be doing crazy stuff. So yeah, that is their favorite show. They ask for that show every single day. And I do like it, but like I said, the first season is on Disney Plus. I know they have a second season, and I don't know if that's on TV or Disney Junior. Like if you have to buy that separate subscription, which doesn't make sense because it should be on Disney Plus. Like I don't get it, but anyway, they've watched 3 episodes on Disney Junior app. Like whenever it comes on, like it'll be free a week after it airs on TV or something like that. So I don't know. For those of you out there who had the Disney Junior, let me know if Spidey and His Amazing Friends, if the whole second season is on there. I'm just trying to wait for it to come out instead of having to pay for each episode. I'm hoping Disney Plus will have the whole thing. But so far, it is on Disney Plus, and it's also on YouTube. So you can watch the whole first season and some of the episodes of the second season on both. But yeah, they love Spidey and His Amazing Friends. And it's really cute because Matthias will be, the original Spider-Man. Saya, of course, is Gwen Stacy. And then Kenzo is Miles Morales. So they love it. I love it. I have the songs on my phone. So they definitely love that show. That is their favorite. Out of all of these shows, that's their favorite. They will watch that every single day, all day long, if I let them. And then the last thing I wanted to mention is this YouTube channel that I recently discovered, which is Monica J. Sutton. I don't know how I discovered this. Saya is doing homeschooling, so I have her watch some YouTube, like supplemental YouTube videos while she does her work or after she does her work based on whatever we're learning for that day. And this one popped up because of that. So I get a lot of like educational shows and channels and videos now. So this one popped up, and I love her channel. She is, I don't know if she's a school teacher. I'm guessing she is. She's definitely an educator. And again, I really loved it. I really love it because she's black. She has tons and tons and tons of videos. Like, she does circle time videos. She does videos that are just like crafts. She does like you know, how to write certain letters. So they'll do a letter for the day, a number for the day, a word of the day, and they'll do the weather. And I love her channel. It's so cute. It's so fun. It's so visually, it's visually captivating. Like, I love it. She's great. So I'm going to link her channel in this description box, because if you haven't checked out her channel, definitely check it out. And if you're watching and you have other YouTube channels that you like or that you want to recommend to me, because again, I'm homeschooling and this is my first year, so I'm a little bit nervous and, you know, just trying to learn the ropes and everything and get as much advice as I can from other moms who are, you know, either homeschooling or plan to homeschool or did homeschool and all their children are out of school. So definitely share with me what you use, you know, like curriculums, websites, all that good stuff. But yes, I really like her channel. She has so many videos on there. Like, we watch a new one maybe like once a day, just so I can kind of familiarize myself with her channel. And again, I love it. And again, I especially love it because she is black. So we get to see, you know, they get to watch someone else that's black teaching them, you know, the things that they're learning for their age at this time. So I really love her channel. Definitely check her out. I'm trying to think if there's any other channels that I really love. There are a couple, but I can't remember them by name. So if it comes to me, if it comes to me, I'll just add it to the description box of the YouTube channels that I really like. But yes, that is all of the TV shows that my children really, really like. I'm trying to think if I missed any from off of this list of the ones that we watch. Because like I said, I wrote this list 2 years ago. So a lot has changed. And I'm just looking over the movie ones. Yeah, they're really more movie people. But when we do find a TV show that we really like, then we watch that also as well. Oh, yes. Right before I forget, the last one that I want to mention is The Parenthood. So I know my sisters, they are so silly. But anyway, I really enjoyed that show. Now, I actually just finished that show, and that was on HBO Max. If you don't have HBO Max, like, if you ask me, that is my favorite app. It has a lot of good shows on there, and a lot of black people shows on there, or like shows that I grew up on. And I think they're doing really, really good with their variety of shows on the HBO app, HBO Max app. So check that out. You know, if you're looking for something like new or different that you haven't like I don't know, downloaded before or whatever. That one's really good. Like, if you're Netflix out, I guess I mean, that one's really good. They have a lot of cool stuff on there. But we just finished that one, and it was a great show. Like, a really great show. It had the mom and the dad. The mom was a lawyer. The dad was a college professor. The kids, there was 4 kids, 2 girls and 2 boys. And then he had his best friend on the show with him. And then afterwards, he wasn't on that show anymore. So then his brother was on the show. But it's a really good family show. Like, I loved it. I loved it so much. And I'm definitely gonna rewatch that one again. And it's a good family show that kids can watch as well. So I think that's all that I have for tonight. Definitely share with me what your favorite TV shows were. I don't know if I should do a different one where I do like my favorite TV shows and movies, you know, like growing up. So if you're interested in that, maybe, you know, just shoot a little thing in the chat box or a little comment on below if you're watching the replay. And maybe I'll share mine too, because mine does differ from this, obviously. And maybe we can just get a new list going, because I'm always looking for new TV shows and things like that. So yes, I think that's all that I have for tonight. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't, and I will leave the YouTube channels that I'm currently watching, like educational wise, in the description box of this video. So again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.